Okay. Good evening. Today I'm going to be telling y'all about the American photo booth. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to research for this paper, I thought about things that I really enjoy via technology. And I immediately thought about the Apple photo booth and just making silly videos. And so I started researching the actual photo booth and found that it's an incredible American icon and actually an icon of New York City. So today we're just going to look at the history of the photo booth and kind of how it developed. And it actually started in Omsk, Siberia. In 1894, Omsk was a city of intellectuals, and people were very politically minded and up and coming. And Anatol Josepho was born in 1894, and by 8 years old, he was thirsty for travel and fascinated with the brownie box camera. So this started his love of photography. And by the time he was 15, he was restless to get out. And so his father bought him a train ticket from Omsk to Berlin, and he planned to travel from Berlin to America and start dealing with photography. But he got sidetracked in Berlin and was fascinated with the up-and-coming art districts. And so he went into this photography studio and begged the owner to hire him. So he worked there for 3 years and learned the techniques of photography, and all the while he was dreaming of building a more efficient and fast and cheaper way of taking pictures for the everyday man. So he was in Berlin, and then he goes to America after 3 years, and there he can't find work, and he's completely overwhelmed, and so he moves to Budapest. And in Budapest, by 19 years old, he starts his own photography studio, and he's just dealing with photography and fascinated with it. And in Budapest, he starts drawing plans for an automated photo machine that would be initiated by the drop of a coin. And he starts dealing with chemicals and trying to figure out the right paper to print the photos on. And so he moves to Shanghai, and there he actually draws the blueprint of the photomaton, or the photo booth. And from Shanghai he moves to Seattle, and from Seattle he moves to Hollywood and gets motion picture experience. And then from Hollywood, he moves to New York City. And in New York City, he convinces people to invest $11,000 in this machine that he's going to build. And at this time, houses were $2,000. So this is a lot of money that they're going to invest in him. And by September 1925, he's 31 years old, and he opens his first photomaton studio on Broadway between 51st and 52nd, just right up the street. And it's here, it was just immediate success. 7,500 people a day would line up and bring 25 cents, and they would just wait for hours and have their photo taken, and an attendant in white gloves would lead them in and be like, look to the left, look to the right, look at the camera, and they would just smile and make goofy faces and then get a strip of 8 pictures. And so they just loved it. Like, it was just immediate success. People would go in, squeeze as many people as they could, kiss, smile, just be themselves and laugh. And there's a picture of a photo booth. And so it was a huge success. But controversy arose, and they were complaining that women started stripping in the photo booths, or couples were getting a little too adventurous. So a lot of shops took out the curtain or just shortened it to where you didn't have complete privacy anymore. So that solved that problem. And then, so the fascinating thing about the photo booth is that over 80 years, it's barely developed. Like, it's still the same as it has been. And they came out with the Model 11A, which is they stripped it of all decorations and used it for prison mugshots and police photos, like right here. And then they tried to market a booth with wheels, which is they would wheel it out to the scenes of riots or demonstrations and try and capture an action, but that's not very efficient or good, so it didn't really work. And they also came out with color pictures and like photo booths that would print stickers, and those caught on, but people really just loved the classic black and white picture. So still to this day, people are cramming into the small spaces and making goofy faces, and the neat thing about the photo booth is that it really captures the American person, and it really captures the everyday man and just their attire, and they're free in the space to be themselves and to really create honest self-portraits. And so I'm going to end with, be careful when you go into a photo booth, because this just might happen to you.
Welcome to the Universal Studios free photo booth. Do not hit the photo booth. We will call the police. Welcome to Universal Studios free photo booth. Please sit down. This bench does not register any weight. Please sit down. This bench does not register any weight. 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 Welcome to the Universal Studios free photo booth. I'm telling your parents. Your son just gave me the finger. Did you? No.
And that's the photo booth.